This video is turning out to be entirely different than the video I set out to make. I thought this was going to be like a quick coding challenge type video. Instead, I've spent the last 4 weeks trying not to lose my mind. So, returning viewers of the channel might have noticed that there's been some changes recently. I got my hair done. No, for real, I got an upgrade to my avatar, and it's great! Look, full body and everything! I even got feet! Look, there's my toes! Don't worry about the shoes. Shoes cost extra. We didn't have time for shoes. We're gonna have to wait until leg day DLC to actually see those legs move properly. But, you know. This is actually a really huge upgrade from my last avatar, which was rocking the final boss from StarCraft vibes. And while I am still insanely proud of this avatar is much better. So yeah, originally this video was going to be a coding challenge type video, where I spent a few days and tried to make this avatar and just basically documented my process of the development. That was the original plan. I honestly thought it would be a quick coding adventure. In, out, get a brand new avatar, everything's good. But you would not believe the amount of pain I went through to get to this point. So much went wrong. I'm gonna have like PTSD for weeks. And it wasn't even like good for YouTube sort of gone wrong. It was just like the stupid, it should work, but it doesn't. It was the boring type of gone wrong. It's like if it had failed in a funny way, I could have made a video out of it. But it wasn't. It was less fun coding challenge and more coding while trying not to have an aneurysm challenge. So the actual modeling itself, like actually creating the 3D model, that went incredibly smooth, which surprised me. I thought this would be the hard part. It actually went pretty well. I mean, for the most part. We got there in the end. And for what it is, I think it looks all right. No, the hard part was getting this model to work in Unity in VR. So just for some behind the scenes stuff, I have a Meta VR headset and I'm actually controlling it through that. I have hand tracking enabled, it's following my head movements, and that's how I'm actually controlling this. So in Unity, I'm building a VR app to help me control it. My previous model was using a software package called OpenXR, which is an open source library for building VR apps. However, Meta actually has an official SDK called MetaXR. And so I thought to myself, that's the official SDK for my headset. I should use that, right? I mean, look, they even have samples for full body avatars. I should just be able to plug in my avatar and it should work, right? Dead wrong. I have spent 3 weeks trying to get that stupid SDK to work, get anything to work in that SDK. It was a nightmare. None of the samples worked. The documentation wasn't helpful. There was very little online support that I could turn to. And all of the resources that I found basically just shrugged and threw up their hands and said, I don't know, it should just work. Which did wonders for my blood pressure, I'll tell you. I'm just thinking like, yes, I know it should work. I would give anything to make it work. But it's not working. MetaXR, you deserve that 2-star rating. So screw you, MetaXR. I'm going back to OpenXR. At least they're understanding and apologetic when their SDK is a pain in my ass. I'm not bitter. I'm a little bitter. I'm a lot bitter. Screw you. So, I went back to OpenXR, and it was relatively smooth sailing from there. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still had to do a little bit of work to actually get it to work, but at least I was making progress. With MetaXR, I couldn't even find the starting line. The whole thing was quite the experience. And more than once, I thought about scrapping the entire effort and just moving on to another topic. But I gotta tell you, I'm so glad I stuck with it, because like, every time I see this avatar moving, I just get this huge grin on my face. This is so satisfying to see. I am just amazed at how well this turned out. I know I'm tooting my own horn here, but holy crap, am I satisfied with this. I do have some ideas for the next iteration of my avatar and some improvements I can do, but for now, I think I'm going to stick with this avatar and work on something else for a little while to save my fractured sanity. So that's about it. Thanks for watching this. Whatever this video turned out to be. It's not really a coding challenge. Is it a tech demo? Story time? I don't know. I'm publishing it anyway. So what's the biggest lesson I've learned from all this? Screw Meta and the llama I rode in on.